get started. So yesterday we have seen something on the load balancer side. Okay. And I think yeah, there was one of the issue was coming which is related to not getting loaded, but that was happening due to the load balancer issue only. So after just a recreation, that issue got resolved. Okay, so what you have to do it, you have to follow the same thing, whatever you have done it, and just recreate it. So you will easily able to balance the load on that load balancer and perform it. Okay. So
Sir, should we have to recreate the load balance, sir?
no, in your case it should not be you might not get an issue. Might be because my server was loaded.
No, actually, sir, I have tried yesterday.
Hmm.
And when I used EC2 instance IP, the web server was working. But when I used DNS of load balancer, it was not working.
What is the error you are getting?
No, sir, I have checked the security groups and the load balancer health checks and all. Everything was perfect.
Hmm. Then it should come. Then it should not be an issue. If you are not seeing anything issue into load balancer health, it should reflect. You should completely come. You could have dropped into the chat if you have created. You don't have to do. If everything is working fine for you, status is healthy, EC2 security group is fine, then no need. Yesterday, that was the issue from the cloud front only. That is the reason I just recreated. But in your case, if things are working fine, it is not required to redeploy it.
Okay.
Wha-
Okay, sir. I'll drop the screenshots once I'll open the session.
Hmm, sure. You created the target group also?
Yes, sir. I have created the target group
Okay.
for the
After
load balancer.
once you started the DNS, what is the error you are seeing? The page
Uh,
is
there
not
were,
coming.
yes, sir. The page is not coming. Once
What
I
is that?
configured it. It
And
says a connection was not able to establish.
connection or something that you might have missed then. If connection is not established, then something you missed in between. Maybe the target group which need to be managed, maybe not properly managed over there. You just drop me the screenshot, we'll see. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's proceed with another topic and let's go something more today. And today we will be seeing it another topic called SQS. SQ, Simple Queue Services. So SQS. So there are few small services which is available into the cloud, which is very small, not very major services, which we can discuss it. We are left with few services only: SQS, SQN. One is CDN and one is database. These are three or four services we are left in, and after that we will be wrapping up. So SQS and SQN is the two small services which we will discuss today, and most probably tomorrow we will talk CDN and after you will come back 31st for a second third we will be talk the databases or we will see if we can accommodate or we will take on third only. So what will happen after that you can be you like completely completed with this part of your cloud part. Okay, so let's first just a cross check also to your syllabus what exactly is there. Sorry. Services, VPC, storage. Okay. So small things are there. We'll just finish those things. Okay. So let's start. Let's start it. SQS. So what exactly SQS is, first of all, that you have to understand. So in a very layman language, if I'll say in a very layman language, if in say, so SQS is a messaging queue service, messaging queue service, which actually which actually enables enables decoupling, which enables decoupling and scaling of microservices, comma, distributed systems and serverless applications. Okay. On top of it, it allow us it allow us to send, store, and receive the messages between the software between the software components at any volume without the messages. So what exactly it means whatever data it is coming, it's a message queue. Okay, it's a queue actually where we can store the data, where we can like send the data here and there and receive the messages from the different component. That is the major function of SQS. What exactly it is doing it, and there should be no such data loss should be going to be happen because the data is going to be travel in such a form that it should be deployed. It should be deployed. The data should be go and deployed. Okay. Then in this particular scenario, what exactly happened? These messages are traveling from one point to another point. Okay. But let's understand with an SQS architectural diagram how exactly this service is going to work and what exactly these components are doing it. Okay, what exactly these component is doing and how like data is moving from one plot to like from one point to another point, and by using the any of the scenario base. Okay, so let's say in our scenario we will take one component that is called Fargate. Okay, it is called Fargate. So delete this one. Let me delete this. So let's say this is called Fargate. Okay, then this is one of the service which is available into the AWS itself. Okay, this is one of the service which is based into the server. So it is also kind of a compute engine only, which can produce some events. So we have to understand there is some events are going to be produced into this one. Okay, and this particular event, this particular event is getting stored into your bucket. Give it as a name. Oops. Give it as a S3 bucket name. Okay. So this is your one of the bucket is getting created over here. Okay. Getting created over here. Now what happened? Whatever the data is getting stored over here, I just want to make this data to be in a form of readable format, and that I can use a function called lambda. A function called lambda. Function called lambda. Okay, a function called lambda. Now, what exactly it will be happening once this part is done? Then you should be sending this data into one more component, that is your deep dive Glacier S3. Okay, let me see if it is there or not. Glacier is not Glacier. It is there. Let's say Glacier. Lambda getting into the Glacier. Okay, so let's designate again into two different formats. So this is one part. Okay, this is one part, and I will tell what exactly. This is also another part, another part. Now let's say what exactly we will be having. We will be having again lambda, and then you have a component called SQS. A component called SQS. And then you have, let's say, adding this one into DynamoDB. DynamoDB. This is just one real architecture of AWS S3 SQS. It is very small service, but still you should be knowing it. Okay, that what exactly it is going it. Now, what exactly happening over here in this particular component also? This is Fargate, and this is another implementation which is configured over here, and this is the final stage of your database. The final stage of your database. Now, what exactly happened? The data is coming from the Fargate and it is getting stored into the S3 bucket. This data is getting into the Lambda processor. Lambda processor putting some data into the S3 Glacier, and then what happened? This similar data is getting into the SQS messages also to get it stored. This is your SQS where the data is getting stored, and then this AWS Lambda is also sending some data to the S3 bucket Glacier also. Okay, and this data is also getting shared with the database which is available here, and SQS is also sending over here. So what basic funda it is doing it? The basic funda it is doing it that it is trying to create multiple form of our data into different form. No, this should not go from here. This should go from here. This should go from here. Okay. So what exactly it is showing? What exactly the implementation we are doing it over here? Say some request is getting created. This is the request is getting created. Okay, request got created. Then it is getting stored into the form of bucket, bucket, and then what exactly it is going in that this particular data, whatever you are seeing it or in this component, this will go into the S3 Glacier. Here, this is your S3 Glacier. That some old data is getting stored. Okay, and this is our lambda function. Lambda function. I'll talk about this use case in very detail. Just a second. Just a second. Lambda is this will be your, let's say, SQS, SQS, and this is your bucket. Not bucket, DB. Now, what exactly is we are doing it? So, in this whole scenario, in this particular whole scenario, we are we are actually we are actually focused on the data, present in the Amazon S3 Glacier storage class, which can provide us instant retrieval in the storage class for the lower cost storage in a long lived. So I told when we talked about this particular part, where what exactly we do, we have a data into bucket. Okay, into the bucket. So bucket will having very highly charges course like amount. Whereas what we want to do it, we want to push this data as soon as possible into the S3 glacier, because here the data will be less charges will be available over there, and this is easy to manage. Okay, this is the what all scenarios we are using, and SQS is getting used into this in between. Okay, so what exactly we have used? We have used Fargate for some application to create it, and we have used Lambda function also. We have Lambda function also used into this one. What exactly this Lambda function will do? It will create all the indexes or all the specific URLs which are required into this one. Okay, so that is something that we want to try over there. And then what we'll do, we will just try to send this all data into the bucket using the SQS message. So what we'll do, we'll send the data first to receive the data from Fargate, send it to bucket, send it to Lambda function, and this data will go via SQS also, and this data will go via database also. Again, while retrieving the mechanism, we will sending the data to S3 class here. So in a very simple format, we are just trying to manage the data using SQS, and we will sending here and there. That is something which we want to try. Okay. So let's see with one more scenario, and that scenario we can talk it now. This is one scenario. Okay. So let's assume one more scenario, and this scenario is for, let's say, for the security hub. So now what we want to do it in an architecture, we'll take the same example where we want to monitor the log. So for an example, if that came and we want to store the data, so what we'll do? Can we use SQS also? So answer is yes, we can we can use SQS also to store the data and to preserve it into the message bus itself for a longer term. Okay. So let's before getting into that point, let's few more points over here. Let's say, so when we say SQS basically stands for simple queue service. This is actually the first service available into AWS. Okay, this SQS is a web service which give access to the message queue that can be used to store the messages while waiting for a computer process. What exactly it is mean to say that it's the basic component for SQS. This is actually the first service which is available, and this particular service is give access to the message queue stored into the computer. What else in this one? Message can be contain up to 256 KB of text in any format. In any format. Okay, that is something SQS. Okay, that is something SQS. So this is the basic scenario. But when we do from the cloud level also, it is very straight forward, very straightforward. Okay, and the components also is very similar one and do this part, right? So let's say ah, just missed one point over here. So SQS actually work on two models or two type of queries, two type of queue. One is your standard queue, another one is your FIFO queue. When I say standard queue, it is just a default queue available in the messaging hub. The messaging hub. When we talk about FIFO, FIFO, it means first in and first out messages running in the cluster. It is something FIFO stands for. Okay, there are few important components we discussed, such as your timeout, visibility, okay, and then you have max visibility. Very small services. These are max visibility. So these are the few features which is over there into the SQS implementation. So let's go to for the service. Just search SQS simple queue service. Let me go to Mumbai region only. Mumbai region. And let me search SQS. So if you see over here, this particular program also, Amazon service provides queue for high throughput, system to system managing. You can use queues to decouple heavyweight processes and to buffer and batch walk. Amazon SQL store message until cloud microservice and serverless will process. Okay. Okay, so what exactly it done? That okay, there are some messages getting created into the from the applications or the application service. It's sent to the Amazon SQS. Then there is a SQS queue will be there where the data is getting stored and messages are processed by the application EC2 and other application. Let's again try with some more example to make it more easy. So let's say we'll say producers. Producers, yeah, there. So let's say this is the producer. Okay, and let's assume this producer is called it as Google Cloud only. Let's say Google Cloud only, and it has Google Cloud. So what will happen? This Google Cloud this Google Cloud will be acting as an producer where it generates number of events, number of messages, let's say messages in the system. Something Google Cloud is doing over here in this particular component. Let's assume this one, 29th. And this is your Google Cloud, which is producing a message. Then this particular data, which is there, let's see what is it showing that, okay, it is using a component called Amazon SQS. Amazon SQS. So not this one, let's say SQS. And let's say this particular mechanism is getting used over here, and this is your Amazon SQS. It actually stores the data. Where it will store? It will store the data into the form of message queue. The form of message queue. Okay, or something is there, message queue, like message. Nothing there. Try to create queue. Simple queue. That's the same only. Message queue is there. Okay. Once message queue is there, then again what it will do? It will send the data to the another further components which can be available. So let's say in this case we will use lambda function. Similarly, lambda function we will be creating it. So it means data coming from Google Cloud as a producer, go to messages, message queue, it will store and do it. Okay, and do it. That way you can create this all options. Okay, so now let's see into the cloud only. It is telling create a queue. Let's write a create. So what exactly it is telling? There are two type of, these are very minor services, which is you might see very less questions. Whatever services now we will talk, it will be very least important topics into the cloud, but you should be knowing it that okay, these topics are exist. So let's say one is standard info, one is the FIFO one. So let's say give it as a name, Ranjit Q. Ranjit Q getting created. What exactly this telling that okay, the visibility timeout means whatever the application you are creating it, the visibility should for this application will be for around let's say 3 or 4 days, or let's say for 30 seconds. This much it is going to be available. Message retention, it is telling that okay, let's around 4 days it should be do it. Retention means till when this message should be there. If I created something, let's say if I place some messages over here, and in this messages, I want to see okay how much days I want to keep it. I can keep it 1 day, I can keep it 2 day, I can keep it 3 days. So this message retention can be stored. Retention can be stored. So let's say if I'll say 4 days. So what exactly it means? Means 4 days that message will be there. So it means it is blocking my storage for 4 days. Okay, so it depends how many days you want to actually keep that storage with you. That's completely depend on the user based. User based. Okay, so again, that is that called it as retention. 4 days or 5 days, or even we can do it as minutes, we can do it as an hours, we can do it as an like whatever. Like for example, I just want 4 hours only, I don't want to keep it more than that. Okay, delivery delay, if any delivery delay you want to do it or not, so that is also you can define it like okay, till when, how many any delay is required, or any component which you feel that should be going and configuring it. So as of now, like for an example, I just don't want any delay, let it be 0 seconds. Maximum size, this is the size which actually SQS monitors, 256 MB, so that is fine. All right. Receive message wait time, fine, this is not required. Most major part is your visible timeout. message retention policy, which you are doing it. And on that basis only, you will be configuring this all components. These all components. So let's say what exactly now, what else we will be seeing it over here. What else we will be seeing over here. So then it is showing that, okay, what is the server side encryption you want? It is enabled or disabled. So I'll say, let's make it enabled and keep this encryption to be enable at this area itself. Okay. So it means like whatever the servers are you are configuring it, let's make it enabled. Then it is asking choose method. Here you can play around. Okay. Here you can play around. This policy we can create it as an IAM classes. When we did an IAM classes, at that time we were talking about some of the features, right? Features like what? We talked about some of the features related to permissions and all. So I can set up permissions for my IAM users over here also. That okay, how things will working over there. Okay. Then it is asking redrive allow policy, which is not required. Tags I should be dead letter queue. Very important. That's it. Anyhow, it is setting as optional, but this is also one of the service only. What exactly dead letter queue? It is very good thing to actually keep DLQ also enabled. So for an example, you have a cluster, you have an environment, and this particular environment, what we have in this scenario, that if some message got filled, okay, if some messages are getting filled, then where did this message should go? So this message should go and getting stored into DLQ itself. This message should not go anywhere else, and it can keep storing into the DLQ mechanism over there only. Okay, so I'll say make it as enable. Let's say like okay name. So just give a parameter as name, make it as Ranjit. Over there, use Ranjit and add one more tag, that is your email. And use email and just give it as an email as DevOps with Ranjit at the rate. Okay, what we'll do, this is something which you have created. And now what exactly you will be doing it, you are ready to create a queue. So let's create a queue. Choose a queue. Uh, okay, as of now we don't have, so let's make it disable only. Once we have, then we will add it. So create a queue. So let's say what exactly it is. It is telling that there is a queue is getting generated. Okay, there is a queue is getting generated. So now what happened? It is telling that okay, subscribe to Amazon SNS topic. Now interlinked, everything is interlinked. So what it is telling that okay, subscribe to Amazon SNS topic, and as of now we don't have any SNS topic. So let's do one thing. We can create manually also. Let's say send and receive, and I'll just say hi. This is a test message which I want to see, which I want to see in my system. Okay, this is a test message which I want to see in my system. Let's say send message. What it will showing? Messages are available one. So let's say send, 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 send. And what exactly I'm doing it? I'm like sending some messages. So this is what happened. These messages are getting into the queue where all these messages are getting stored. Messages are getting store, just creating a queue. So as of now you won't see these messages where exactly it is going, but when you do this complete architectural based environment, then these messages you can able to see it into the different scenarios. So let's say get into Ranjit queue again, and let's let's first try this part. Queues is there, add it. Let's say if queue is showing DNQ is saying on a dead little queue enable. If it is showing, enter the dead little queue ARN. No. Okay, I think we need to create one. Let's search for dead letter queue something. SQS service only. This is the queue which we created. Get into the queue. Okay, before that, let's subscribe to the Amazon SNS topic. So it is showing over here, and subscribe to Amazon, choose, enter Amazon's topic. As of now, nothing is there. So do we need to create it? Let's see SNS. SNS is just a simple notification service of PubSub. PubSub is again, this is again one small topic only, where what will happen, multiple type of messages are getting coming. It's like a mobile notification, just remember that way. It is like a mobile notification where data will go and store. Okay, so this topic will be having some data, and where we can be storing some of the messages. So let's say then topic the topic. Let's take next step, and let's say standard, and over here should be the topic only, display name Ranjit topic. Encryption is fine, 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 and I'll say just create a topic. Okay, and then just say publish message, and I will say hi, this is a new test message we are generating, to getting used in our cluster. Let's push back more, something like this. Okay, and this is like time to live 10 11, fine. Message attributes, let's keep it a string, name message, and just say publish the message. What is it? Hi. Okay, it is going. So just say remove this one and just say publish message. Okay, mentor unknown. I, this is the message. Is the message an SRE team. Happy Diwali. Let's say Happy Diwali and say publish message. Now what error? Hmm? Publish messages. Okay. So message published means this message is gone over there. So that way we can create it. Now let's see. Uh, okay. Let's see what exactly happening over there. Can we go and configure anything in that part, or it is not? SQS. Go to SQS. Subscribe to Amazon. Let's see any topics visible. Save. Okay, and then subscription view in SNS. So what exactly the things is getting covered. Now whatever the data will go, it should go and reflect into this topic also. Okay, this topic also. Basically, we just want to send whatever data is getting configured. Now it will send as a notification also in our cluster to do part. So this is very straight, small forward. Even though if I can just say hi again, wishing you all a happy, wishing you all a happy Diwali. So what will happen? This will again send some messages. I like okay, send it, 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 send it. Number of messages. Generally, you can send it customized way, and then just save it this queue, and this message is going to be do. And this Amazon subscription will keep going, and it will pick up to the topic only, which is Ranjit topic, and data is getting messages over here. And I think okay, this is the dead letter queue. If we can do enable, let's see, enable queue, enter the dead letter queue ARN, enter the dead letter queue ARN. there will be some option to disable, enable, though it is an enable one, but it is okay. I'll check this one thing. Where exactly? No worries. Let it be. So yeah. So this is what exactly your SQS is SNS. It's very small services. You might not get any questions also into the interview, but you should be knowing it that there is something. Few services are like that where it will act as a messaging bus or queue services to produce the data. Fine. So this is on the messaging bus. So I won't take today a longer class. This is a very short class for the not short class, sorry. This is for the messaging bus classes over there. Tomorrow we will see something with the database we are not going to create, just to be very clear. There is a database. If you will go and create it, so what exactly it is going to do it, I'll show you something before you can have something in your doubt. So if we'll go and create this database, so what exactly it is going to be happen, it will cost us around $1,020 or more than that also. So I will just take you through the whole flow, what exactly this database, how you can set it up, then you can have an understanding, okay, and then you can like define it, how this database is going to be used. It will give you a clear cut understanding. Then we will be having some one more component, Route 53, which is just a domain, which is again, it is completely, we have to purchase a domain. So that topic is also not relatable from the interview perspective, but you should be knowing it. So we will talk that Route 53 also. And one more topic is CloudWatch. So these are the small topics only left, which we have to discuss to see how things is working over there. So most probably, let's see if I can able to extend tomorrow class for 2 hours to wrap up, or if not, then we can see after Diwali only. So that is the thing we are going to see it, and we will like figure it out, whatever the components will be there. Okay, so that was the plan for tomorrow, and then we will see how things go. Fine. Any further doubts to anyone? Any queries? Any questions related to this one? Now, I think many of you are well versed with the cloud after doing so many classes in detail, after doing so detailed hands-on. I feel you should be at least able to do things in the cloud. Yes or no? How many of you now feel confident actually? That is a major answer. Like, yeah, if someone will ask me, okay, what is cloud? How things work? How many of you have that much of confidence, Sharon? Okay. What about you, Shravani, and these two people? I'm not able to see your name. The people whose names are not reflecting, can you just tell me your names, please? I'm not able to see into your part. I'm just seeing live CID. Shravani. So definitely then might be in mock tests you guys are doing wonders. Right? In mock test, if I will be there, you will be doing wonders, right? Or I should be seeing some surprises over there. Tell me. Go ahead. What is that one? Bit sound. Krupa, are you? It is Krupa, which is enabling and disabling 05. or someone else? Also, so which is this 9E? What is your name? Paste your names, no? So it is easy to understand. It is very difficult to know, okay, which person is which one. SNS deleted. This topic is also deleted with an association. Group. Fine. Fine, guys. Then, okay, sir. Sir, evening DevOps class offline or online? Mostly online. Sharon, you are well versed, right? You are seeing, right? Like I'm not able to even talk properly also. And
Yes, sir.
hmm, right, so it will be online itself. So because I don't really want you guys also get infected with this cold and cough, and you have to go to your hometowns and all. Many people. So let's be it online.
Sir,
Yeah. Hmm.
sir, I have a doubt. Uh,
Go.
is there a topic called cloud formation?
Cloud formation CFT.
Yes, sir.
We
Yeah.
talked, right?
Yes, sir.
Cloud formation template, CFT template.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
I don't think so you were there at during that time. Yeah, but you were from the beginning only there, right? So
Ah,
that is actually called CFT. But this topic which you are talking, this is a stack topic. Remember, in the beginning, I used to tell it that manually, if you are creating each service, it is difficult, right? We should be having something called a stack that in a common component you can create all services all together. That is called cloud formation template. Okay, that is called cloud
okay, sir.
formation template. Yeah, but how come you have recall this topic from where?
Sir, actually, I was looking for jobs in
uh,
the Naukris in LinkedIn. So
uh,
when I looked through the profile, there was mentioned in the skill cloud
hmm,
formation.
so
Then
cloud
I
formation is actually another component all about. Fine, we will discuss this one also, not an issue. Okay, I'll if I will having right now I can show it. Installer.json. Mhm. As of now it is not there. I have one file .json I've created. Just a second now. Let me see if this will work. If not, then I will show you with the example, better example. Let's say cancel and let me save. So what exactly? This is the template. Okay. So see, basic thing is that what is cloud formation template? Now, when I log out, when I log in for the first time, okay, let's say when I'm logging into the console and let's say user sign in root email and let's say I'm giving as a name as DevOps with Ranjit at the rate Gmail and then sign in. Okay. And 15, 12, 19, 4. And what exactly I'm doing it? Every time if I want to create a service, I have to go manually click it and do it. Okay. So it is very manual process. So do we have something which I can create like an automation? So cloud formation is kind of an automation only, which you can create it. And that can be created as a stack. That can be created as a stack. Okay, it is a stack implementation. It is a very good service actually to do the automation or achieve the automation. Before before Terraform and all, one second. Before Terraform and all, there is this stack options was there for doing the deployments. So let's say this is something a very simple one I have taken, and let's say save it. I'll say it on desktop. Let's give it as a name installer.json. Installer.json. So I just created a file as a JSON. So let's say what exactly it is telling it that okay, go and create an EC2 instance and this profile, do these all actions. So I have just defined into the actions. So let's say what it will do. I will go click on create stack and I'll say upload a template file. Upload a template file. And what I'll do, choose file. And I'll say desktop. And what I will do, I've just created installer.json and just paste it, open it. Okay. And what exactly I will be do, I'll just click on view in infrastructure composer. So what it will do, it will show me what exactly you are doing it. Okay. What exactly you will be incompatible. Okay. This template is just something new template, something this one. So let's say with the list it is there. No, it is not there. Okay, do we have anything else with the sample? This an AWS file. Fine, I will show you. I will give you the proper file only. I am having that file as of now, not finding. So what will happen? We will upload a template file over here, like the way we just passed in. And what will happen once we click on next? So what will happen? This having some error, parser error. Okay, what is it? After 10th line, there is something is added. 8th, 9th, 10th. Key name. Name my key pair. Okay. What is it? Just commented out on me, but let's remove it. Correct only. Let's try again. Let's create a stack, create a template, file, install lot of this, and let. Okay, I think yeah, fine. So it got loaded correctly. So what exactly happens? See, what exactly it is trying to do it now. It's trying to deploy a EC2 instance. It is very small one, but I will show you very good tomorrow into tomorrow class where how this you can do it. So now what will happen using this parameter only, using this file. So earlier what I was doing it, I'm doing manually creating everything. Now within this logic only, I should be writing it all the component. Like, okay, I want EC2, I should pass the parameter. I want to create S3 bucket, I will pass S3 bucket. I want security hook, I will pass it. I want VPC, I will pass it. So everything I should be passing over there. And then I will be creating as a stack. Then I will be creating as a stack. So what will happen? Each of the service will be going and getting created. Each of the service is going created and getting created. Let's try with this one also. Let's say if it is fine, it should take cloud formation, leave it and try to see whether it is taking or not. Just try only if we now touched upon. So let's installer.json, make it as next and I think it should not. Okay, let's say Ranjit stack creation, uh, make it as no must contain and it's stack. Okay, make it as must contain only letters, must start with letter. Stack. Okay, And let's say add new tag, name, and then Ranjit, and then add an email and make it as DevOps with the Ranjit @gmail.com. And let's say I have role we don't want it, and I acknowledge. Let's say next, and these all things are fine, and just say submit. So what it will do, it will start creating a stack. Okay, it start creating a data stack, and what exactly it is doing? It is trying to create one role. Basically, this is creating one role. Let's see whether that is actually earlier. What will happen? We used to go to IAM, then we used to create it, right? And we used to produce these all things. So let's say with this automation, we'll be able to do it or not. Just a second. EC2 instance is also getting created. So just wait, see what exactly it is creating. We will see. Okay, so if you see over here, definitely something an issue over happened. So rollback started means it started failing. But if you see over there, what exactly this EMI ID does not exist. Okay, let's fix it. Okay, now anyhow we started only, so let's fix it. So what we'll do, we'll go over here, and it is running this EMI ID. So let's do one thing. Let's go to EC2 instance. Go to instances, and let's click on launch instance, and let's say browse more AMIs and take this AMI. Take this AMI. I think this is the problem only, right? Which is not there. And just pass it this AMI. Yeah, because that is the error it is showing. So let's again go to CFT, cloud formation, and this is failed, right? So let's delete it, this one, and delete initiated, whatever, and Let's go to cloud, create stack, upload a template file, choose a file, installer.json, open, and make it as next. Sorry, give it as a name, Ranjit, deploy EC2 using stack. Okay, make it as next, and let's make it as rest of the things are fine. I agree. Next, template is ready, fine, and submit. Okay, let's see. This time this is taking forward or not. This time it is taking forward or not. Okay, so what exactly we are trying over here? We are now running an auto. My EC2 role already exists in. Okay, last one is not yet removed. Huh? Okay, let's retry it. Just delete this. Let's clean it. Let's clean it. My EC2. This is the error. See, self-existing error. Roles is exists. Why it is? Because we have defined some role over here. My EC2 role. Okay, that's the reason. Next time if again error come, then we will just remove it. Okay, let's go again with you guys. Mine also. I'm also doing this R&Ds. Let's make it next. But yeah, it's good. Ranjit, system test. We should do these all stuffs. Then only we should explore. Next, let's make it next. Make it submit. This time there should not an error. If error come also, we will fix it. Not an issue. Perfect. It started. So let's wait for some more time. This time it should create an EC2 instance. It should create a role also, and it should having some more components. So just wait for a while to see. If there should be no errors, they should deploy. They should deploy. Creation completed. Instance profile created. So actually this topic is not there, but okay, fine. We already completed this one also. So let's get into this part. I'll drop this file also to you guys. But yeah, let's see first whether deployment is happening or not. Resources, if you see what exactly it is creating, it is creating one EC2 instance, it is creating one instance profile, it is creating one EC2 row. This is resources. Output, this is parameter is blank, template, whatever we have passed in. So this time they should go. If not going, then we will see. So you don't need to create everything manually. We should be going it manually rather than okay, it failed. So what happened? The key pair my key does not exist and does not exist. Fine. Just token handle. A following field to create and this one. So what is this? So this is the key pair name. Okay, the key should be there. Okay, I think the key is not there. That's the reason it is failing. So pretty much fine, not an issue. So what exactly it happened? It should be available over there. Status code 400. So basically, this again, if we fix it, it will take more time. So basically, what will happen if you want to deploy any stack, you can just follow this parameter. You just now, if you want to run it, you just need to create a key over there and place it over there. So this key should be there. Okay, a same key can be read by the code bit itself. So you can just give a try by placing the key pair over there. I'll just give you that code which just now we have used it, installer.json. Okay, and just give a try for this parameter. Fine, let's give a try for this particular parameter. So this is something, Charan, cloud formation template, how it is doing it and what exactly it can be. Fine.
Okay, sir. I'll try it.
Okay then. Okay. Thank you, everyone.